So how's your evening routine going? I find that I've been sleeping a lot better and just feeling a lot less stressed in the evening. So I hope you're experiencing similar benefits. Today's routine is going to focus on the hips. So we're just going to start with some basic hip circles. So our head's staying in one spot, our feet are staying in one spot, and we're drawing giant circles with our hips. Notice areas that are challenging, maybe feel a little tighter. You can kind of stay in one spot, work on that, and move on. Don't need to have your legs locked out in the other direction. I just woke the cats up from a nap to be in my video, so they're not very happy. Poppy is sitting just off camera because she's a diva. Good. So next, you're gonna, if you're perfectly comfortable balancing on one leg, you can do this freestanding. But if not, grab a hockey stick, a chair, something that'll help you balance. And so we're doing hip circles. The first thing we're gonna do, we're standing on one leg. We're creating enough tension that we can hold our body position, but we don't need to be super tense. So just enough tension. We're gonna lift our knee out to the side. From here, our knee stays where it is and we lift our heel. And from here, we bring our leg around the back and come forward again. And again, we don't have to go as high as we possibly can. It's about feeling good. So we're just making nice circles. And if you feel clicking and popping, that's okay, as long as there's no pain with that. If any parts of this movement are going through a position that is painful, okay, so say for example, lifting this way causes some pinching in here, okay, you can just skip that, okay, or you can make the movement a little smaller. So you're finding like a pain-free range of motion. Let's go the other direction. So our heel comes back, our leg comes up to the side, our foot comes down, our knee comes forward. Good. Switching sides. So you might find your hips feel very different side to side. It's fairly normal. You can just note that one side might be much smoother, less clicky. Let's go the other direction. Good. You can put your stick aside. And we're going to come down onto the mat. So this exercise this position is commonly called the 90-90 position. In fact, there's actually 390 degrees when you set up. So there's your front knee and upper leg, 90 degrees. Here's 90 degrees, and here's about 90 degrees. So you'll notice that as I'm set up, I'm kind of leaning over to the side, right? So this is a nice comfortable position. If I can't try and come up too much, I'm not feeling it's a bit of a strain to hold there. So right now, this is about where I want to be. If you can sit up straight comfortably, then go ahead and do that. But if you need to lean over to the side like I do, then that's perfectly fine. So first thing we're going to do is just take our entire upper body and think about rotating it over that front leg. So I'm not just twisting part of it, I'm moving the whole thing over that front leg. Nice and gentle. Good. And then we're going to face over. So your upper body's directly over that front knee. And we're going to lean forward. So I'm coming forward. My hands are still on the floor. And I'm coming back up. And support yourself as much as you need to with your hands. And again, I'm not fully sitting upright yet. I'm still leaning a little to the side. maybe as we go through some of these exercises, I'll end up a little more vertical, but it doesn't matter. Just working where you're at. And then we're gonna lift our back leg. So I'm gonna keep our knee down, and I'm gonna try and lift my back leg this way. So if your back leg doesn't move, that's fine, okay? Just work with that intention. Good. And then from here, we're gonna open our knee the other way. So our foot stays down, and you're gonna open up this way and come back down. Open up and back down. So we're going as far as we can comfortably go, keeping this leg on the floor. And I'm not straining at the end there, just going as far as I can comfortably go. Good. Now we're going to go all the way to the other side. So I'm going to go from this position, I'm going to open up, I can bring this hand behind me. I go through my Sharon Stone position, okay, knees as wide as I can. I go through that position, and now I'm coming over to the other side. So this knee comes down, and then this knee comes down to the floor too. So then I end up in my 90-90 position on the other side, okay? So I have 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here, okay? If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can bend your knees a little more, change the angles slightly, okay? But 90 degrees is about a good position. And again, leaning over slightly to the side if that's more comfortable for you. So first thing we're going to do is rotate over that front leg. Thinking about your entire upper body rotating. Good. From here, we're going to lean forward. And again, I'm not trying to go as far as I can or get the biggest stretch. Just moving through this position. Good. We're going to lift our back foot. You might find on one side you can lift it, the other you can't. It's okay. And from here, we're going to open up. So lifting that knee up, all the time keeping this knee down. And then we finish by opening all the way up, going through our Sharon Stone position, legs as wide as you can, over to the other side. We're going to come from here onto your hands and knees. So I like to tuck my toes under because then I get an extra toe stretch, foot stretch, and ankle stretch. Head up, and we're just rocking back and forward. So sitting back, this is, you can see this position very similar to the bottom of a squat. So if a squat's something you struggle with, this is a really nice way to kind of train it. So just rocking back and forward, just going as far as is comfortable for you. And then we're going to step our right foot forward. So you're bringing your right foot on the outside of your right hand, and we're just going to rock in this slightly lunged position. I like to sit really far back and get a little bit of a hamstring stretch in here, but that's optional. We're going to come up, and then we're going to stand up. I'm going to do a little bit of balancing on this leg now. So you're going to lift your other foot off the floor, so your weight's on your right leg. And you're either just going to stay here, or you can try leaning forward slightly. So this leg shouldn't be locked out, slight bend, and then you're going to come back up. So using all the muscles on the back of your leg to pull yourself back up, come down, and up. Okay, if your balance is good and that feels okay, you can come all the way down and touch the floor and back up. But it's also fine just to be standing on one leg. There's no need to necessarily touch the floor. One more. As we stand up, we're using these muscles on the back of the leg to come up, and we come back down to that lunge position. Okay, and we switch sides. So we rock back, come forward to the other side. So again, rocking back and forward. Okay, coming up. So we're standing up, we're now balancing on our left leg. You can either hold it here. Okay, you might find your balance on one leg is worse than the other, or better than the other. Coming all the way down if you want, and up. You might lose balance, that's fine. You're not challenging yourself slightly, you're never gonna get better. So you can see I'm a lot more wobbly on this side. And up. And we're stepping back down, hands down to that lunge, and we'll come back to the middle. Okay, so we're gonna go again. Gonna come up, rocking back and forward. And this time we're gonna come up and we're gonna rock here. So we're rocking out our hands, just in this position. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, keep your hands on the floor. You can do that variation. Coming up. Again, we're gonna go forward and up, or you can do a small movement here. Whatever feels good. Stepping down, back in that lunge position. Hands come down, you can rock back and switch sides. Coming up. And you can either do big rocks here, or you can do very small, just kind of pulsing in that position. Whatever feels good. And standing up. Again, balancing on one leg. Any movement that you want to do. Come back down. And back to this position. We're just going to rock a few times. And then we're going to come back into that 90-90 position. So I'm bringing my leg through. Remember, I have that knee at 90 degrees, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. So for this one, you're going to have your hands on the floor behind you, your knee down. We're going to rotate over this leg so my hands come off the floor behind me right now. So here, I lean forward, I come up, I lift this leg, good. Then I bring my hand behind me, open up, sharing stone, all the way to the other side. And here, rotate over this leg, leaning forward, lifting up, lifting up. So we're going through all of the movements we did on the last round. We're just doing them in a sequence now. Lift, open and round. Just getting nice and clean for you all. And one more time, turn, lean, open, and back to the side. And we're going to come back to our lunge, our rocking. So toes tucked under, just going to rock back and forward. Right? This time, rather than bring our foot in front, we're going to take our foot to the side. My foot's at the side now, and I'm rocking back and forward. Just sitting back as far as feels comfortable. And then we're going to lift this leg. So you can either be a little more upright, or you can sit all the way back. And we're going to try and lift this leg. Right? You can always bend that knee if the straight leg is a little too intense. So just a few times lifting, getting those muscles on this side of your body working a little bit. And then we come back and we're going to switch sides. So we're going to rock with the other leg out to the side, sitting back, coming forward. And then we'll lift this leg. So finding a position where it feels nice. Good. Coming back to rocking. And leg to the side again. So we'll just go through that one more time. So I do about 5 to 10 rocks, just really what feels good, and then I'll lift my leg. And you can always skip that lift. Interesting how much more challenging one side is than the other. Good. Come back to your rocking. And really, if you just want a really gentle hip routine, you can just do rocking. It's really a wonderful movement. We're going to come back to our 90-90 for one more round. So this time, you can either do the same as what you did last time, or you can do it without your hands on the floor. So this one, without your hands on the floor, is really hard if you're not able to sit upright yet. So if you're feeling like you can sit upright, you can try this with your hands off the floor. We're just turning over the front leg, leaning forward, lifting, coming over. And if this is starting to feel like, okay, now I'm a little holding quite a lot of tension now, put your hands down. Okay, we want this to be nice and gentle. Right, just moving your hips, trying to feel good. You feel free to stop if you need to rub a cat's belly. Good. And we're going to bring our feet together for the last part. I'm just going to sit back. I'm just going to sit in a kind of child's pose variation and breathe for a little bit. So you can either have your head down or your head on your hands. You can have your arms in front or behind. We're just going to breathe. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'm really sorry Poppy did not make an appearance. She literally sat over there, just off the camera the entire time and scowled at me. And Chester licked her butt a lot. So there was a few comments on YouTube of more Chester, please. I don't know if the butt licking was what you specifically were after, but yeah, that's what you got. So again, move in ways that feel good. Hope you enjoy it. If you tried it or if you enjoyed it, please let me know. Send me an email. It really makes me happy, makes me smile to hear those things. So until next week.